What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing? Let me get the music started. Oh, that's an aggressive one to start on. Hold on, let's find something a little chill. There we go. What's up, everybody? I was about to say lovely Wednesday, but that didn't happen. It's a lovely Thursday to everybody. How's everybody doing? God We Trust was in here first. Finally been waiting. Well, we're here. Catram, how you doing? Clement, Shannon, Frank, Tony, Filter, hi. Christy, what's going on? Can you make a video of the 3D Sys Landy 5 wagon, please? I have. They're just old because I've had it for a while. But I definitely love 3D sets, and the Landy is still my favorite. Although I would love at some point to have enough time to make the van. The 4x4 van would be amazing. Hey Wilmar, how you doing? How's it been going? Yeah, but the Landy, to be honest, look, it's got spider webs on it. I was about to say, to be honest, I haven't used it in a while. I haven't used it ever since the, ever since driving it around at Earth last year, and then at the Creality Sharefest. After that, it just kind of went back on the shelf. But then I did make the trailer, so there is a trailer now. So there's that. Hey, Da Vinci, how you doing? So my apologies for the previous Wednesday. Actually, no, I already did this, right? I had a kind of like a rush to start stream last Wednesday, but we didn't get to work on the tool changer. I kind of did a bunch of other stuff. What I was gonna say was the Wednesday I was working on this 2 weeks ago, I was cut short by a power outage. And I kind of continued working on it with a flashlight, quite literally on my phone. But for those following along, I was able to use our adapter that we designed and printed, and it does work great. Jeff, who I don't see here yet, but maybe he'll join us. He typically isn't here. Jeff, who's built a bunch of these tool changers now, did end up using my design, and he mentioned that he needed it to be a little longer. So I might eventually reprint that once it's time to wire. So we'll figure that out as time goes on. Really easy and quick print, would be really easy to swap as well. It's not very intrusive. But a big thing did happen was the guys that are working on these, not Tap Changer, Stealthchanger, have designed a new updated mechanism for the back here. So these right now are kind of pressure fit, and one of mine, actually this one, falls out, and you don't want that falling out and falling into the shuttle on the machine, because, well, it'll get stuck in there and the next one will just fail and you'll have a big oof. So the new updated version, which is still on the printer, I got to take it off, has these bolt on. So we're going to swap that out today to kind of get on the most modern version of this so that I don't get left behind, and also change out the shuttle. That's my main plan. After that, I'll check to see if any of the docks have been updated, although I don't think they have. So maybe I'll pull up the CAD and we'll start on actually throwing some electronics on here. So the actual project, I mean, it's both far off and not far off. I think the largest hurdle of getting one thing completed is done. Now it's just a matter of getting the electronics on here and powering this thing up. One of the other main things that I kind of wanted to figure out is a power supply. I do have like Ender 3 or Aquila power supplies laying around, but they're large and somewhat loud without fan modifications. And this thing is little. There is space to put stuff on the back, obviously. But I was thinking of doing a second power supply, or a 300, a UHD, is that what it's called? UHD 300. So I do have to figure that out. But I think the way we're going to do it, and kind of how we've been doing the rest of the build, is I'm going to just build it as stock as possible, but with the mindset of this thing is becoming a tool changer. So with that said, I still need to make a dock. This thing needs to have a dock, even for just one, because this is going to be a tool changer. So that's kind of another thing. And Jeff is going to point me in the right direction. He already kind of has. So that's how we're going to be tackling this. I'm just going to continue kind of just working on as much as I can, getting it together. But so far, the Formbot kit has been great. The only thing I can say is, the only negative thing I can really say is that the instructions are nearly non-existent. So if you're going to be getting into this project, if you've made it this far along, just keep that in mind. This is a project. It's not a printer with perfect instructions. It's just kind of having fun building a machine at the end of the day. All right. Never fear, Zoomies here. Nice. Dark 3D, what's up? Just like the Jedi have returned. Nice. Hey, Iceman, what's going on? Hypermotive. Martin, what's going on? What's going on? Anybody bother using cleaning filament? I actually have still never tried cleaning filament. Getting a block nozzle between different filaments, so wondering whether it might need help. You might want to do a cold pull. Hey, burn carve print. Yeah, you might want to do a cold pull because there might be something a little bit harder stuck in that nozzle, and it might be fluid enough to be kind of moving up and down as retractions happen, but not making it through the nozzle. I've had that before, but a cold pull usually remedies that pretty good. There's kind of several ways to do a cold pull. One way is to cool down the machine to about 100, or maybe a little lower, like 80, and then pull it several times. As in, like, just pull the filament straight out. The way that I like to do it is to have filament in the machine, start the heating process, and kind of hold the filament with my thumbs, make pressure under the filament. And as it heats up, you'll notice at right around 80-ish degrees, it'll start to kind of pull. You just keep even pressure and pop it out. So that as soon as the filament can pop out of the nozzle, it will. You might have to do that a couple of times. But that will clear out almost anything out of the nozzle. I still think you need 2 nips on that t-shirt. They're already here. There's nips already in the way, so it's all good. I use cleaning filament every time that I switch between PLA and PTG. Wow, I've literally never used that. I've never even owned it. I don't even know what it actually does. Clement, do you know what it actually does? Like, what is it? What is cleaning filament? I think using nylon does the same thing. Oh, just because it's hot? Yeah, absolutely, but that's worth a try. That would be the first thing I would do. Guys, as always, keep in mind that there is a pinned comment right here at the top. That will take you to here, where you can have a chance to win a spool of PLA Plus towards the end of the stream. The spool is provided by 3D Max. It is the United States only. You have to answer this question, and you have to be present to be able to claim the prize. Basically, what I do is I collect the information, and I send it over to, I forward it to 3D Max, and they send it out from their facility. But always a chance to win a spool. If you guys are going to stick around, just keep in mind it's at the top of the chat right there. All right. The other thing I always like to say is please check out shop.3dprintsos.com. That is where I have been designing and making my own merch, such as the shirt on myself behind me there, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not just shirts. For example, we have hoodies, but more importantly, we have a set of these. Uh-oh, look at this. We got the wrong preview. We got a set of these awesome mats that I designed. You can use them under printers. You can use them under keyboards and mice. That's how I use mine. I have one of these on my desk, and I love it. But these are all illustrated hot ends that I illustrated myself, as well as one of these mugs, so I drink coffee out of. Fantastic mug, two-tone, it's black on the inside. As well as one of these bad boys. So yeah, check out shop.3dprintsos. The prices are as low as they can go. I barely make anything off this, but that's not the point. The point is, if you guys want to support the channel, this kind of gives you something physical instead of something digital, and I thought that was kind of cool. So check out shop.3dprintsos.com. There's always links down below. All right, let me try to catch up with what you guys are saying, and we'll get started here. No idea, but I was told it was great for switching filaments. I wonder what it like actually is legitimately, because I've heard about it before. I've heard about it for years, but I've never actually checked it out. I've never even gotten free samples of it. I don't even know. Cold pulls with TPU works well for cleaning a nozzle. Oh, okay, that's a good idea, right? TPU sticky, kind of gets in all the way. That's a good call, and it has a lower melting point, so that's nice. Two Galileo, two kits and fans inbound. Nice. 4EV36 boards. Nice. Campus extender already on hand. Still need the printer kit. Hey, you know, you seem to be on the right track. That's some good hardware right there. Well, in your defense, Creality Cloud isn't necessarily the best. I do give them credit for trying, because I have used it. I have used it with success, and it's been okay, especially on the Ender 3 V3. It's been pretty good, so there's that. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? Got a sample of nylon, so if cold pool fails, might try running that through. Yeah, I have a feeling nylon might work just because, one, it is kind of flexible like TPU, but the upside is you have to have a lot of heat. So, you know, go to 300 at least, right, when you're doing it. So a lot of times, if it is still plastic, sometimes it's like a harder plastic, you could push it through with a hotter filament. So that might work, but I don't know if there's any kind of like actual scientific thing behind it. And keep in mind, I'm definitely not a scientist. I have a pokey stick. Yeah, one of these things. This is what I use when I have clogs. They come with a bunch of machines now. I believe these come with Creality machines, but you can obviously buy them. Very inexpensive. It's the same as a 2.5 mil Allen key. So they're about the same, except the problem with an Allen key is they could have sharp edges, so you don't necessarily want to use that. That's kind of like a only in a pinch type of deal. But this definitely works. You just kind of push whatever through. Usually that's enough pressure to kind of push whatever through the nozzle. Obviously, sometimes if you have like a metal chip in there from some kind of machining, obviously that's going to get stuck in there. But I've tried a nozzle needle. Yeah, nozzle needles are, you know, they're a hit or miss. I've used them to success. I always keep one right over here in my little tool bin right there. They do work, but yeah, sometimes they kind of miss. Sometimes they're hard to use. So yeah, and sometimes pushing the other way actually does help. It kind of gets it through that channel, pushes it through, whereas with a needle, you have to go through the bottom, and it just kind of moves it around. It doesn't actually clear the clog. Right. All right, so why don't we just jump in while I chat here. Let's get you another view. How about this one? And then, like I said, I don't actually have a manual because there isn't one. And some of the things we're kind of just doing. So we'll go with it this way. I do have some things on this printer that I have not taken off yet. And I glued this with some tapes. Let me take this off. This corner of my print bed was peeling, not peeling, but kind of popping itself up. So I used some tape on the v0.2 here in the corner to kind of hold the bed down. Oh yeah, and it kind of still happened. Oh man, that might not work. We'll see how that is. If you guys can tell. Yeah, you can probably tell on the camera. Why is this so dark? Hold on, let me fix that camera. Oh, it's because it's auto exposure. Whoa. Hold on, folks. There we go. So yeah, you can kind of tell, oops, right over here. Wait, there we go, there we go. Kind of tell that tried to warp. And the front was doing it too, but I put some tape on the corners. So I wonder if my magnet sheet that I have on there is no longer doing its due diligence from all the ABS that I have been printing on the machine and ASA. So we will see how that's affected. Obviously, that's going to be a big no-go if that part is not flat, because that is going to misalign everything. So far, I think the only thing affected here is actually this support. So that's not a big deal, but we will find out in a second here. So one thing I also can do is start printing the next version, not next versions, but more of these, since I'm going to need more of them. Let me get the glue off too. I'm actually really surprised that it was warping too, because I had that thing hot with no fans on. All right, let me grab, this part won't matter, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much. This will get off, but this, I wanna clean this off. I don't have water down here, but I do have isopropyl alcohol, so let's see if I can get all the glue off with that, or at least some of it. Unless I end up making it worse, at which point I'll go upstairs and clean it, maybe. Keywords, maybe. Sometimes isopropyl starts like breaking down the glue instead of actually getting rid of it. I don't have water down here either. I have a prime and some bourbon, so that's not very helpful. All right, that's okay. We won't see this part anyway. It's gonna be touching the other plastic, but I kind of did want it to be clean. That's clean enough. It's just some glue. Print quality's amazing though, so I'm happy about that. All right, that will be fine. Here, we can move this over here. Put this back. On a K1C, how do you guys switch filament? I tried the retract load function, ended up with a jam. So now I just unlock the extruder, pull it out by hand. I'm trying to think how I do it. I think I just use the actual on-screen lock and unlock. Load and unload. I don't know if I've ever done it any other way on that machine. Is it an abrasive filament you're trying to pull, Chuck? Hey, Nuno. Police them, Catron. Police them. Thank you. Hey, Night Train. A little coffee warmer can pop out some. Yeah, I mean, it really can. It really can. Hey. Hey, Chili Wolves, what's up? Number one, baby. If it's PLA. Hey, there he is. I was just talking about you earlier, Jeff. Appreciate all your help. PLA, huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's how I use it on my regular K1. That's how I use it on the K1 Max and on the K1C. I'm not sure. Maybe you just got a bit unlucky with a jam. Hates all Zoomies fans. All right. Let's get this rigged up so you guys can watch this nightmare happen. So what I'm gonna do, first let's get this thing cleaned up. Maybe it was a fluke. Yeah, it's got to be a fluke. Yeah, I'll just try the screen again and see how it does. Gotta love some ASA supports. Looks like that did okay. Oh yeah, here's the big one. Come on out of there. Okay, that's not too bad. Some ASA carbon fiber. I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is the prettiest thing I've ever seen, but for as much the supports that needed, not too bad. I can live with that. All right, so this is going to be our new shuttle. And this one is super important because this guy is what's gonna align everything. So what's updated here in 1.1? Let's see, can I visually tell right away? So something about the angle of the magnets looks like. Yeah, so it looks like the angle of the magnets is the main change here. And we'll see if I can use the stock version of this that's already on there, but we'll find that out. Let's see. Yep, fits right in there. Does it go this way? Either way, that works perfect. So if we need one, that's there. First, let me put on the tool head one, just because that seems like fun. Evening Feder. It's with a D, but that's how it's pronounced, because when you put a D in there, people say Fedor. So F-E-T-O-R works. Any talk on the multicolor for the K1C? No, nothing to talk. As soon as they send me anything, I would love to test, look at it. So far, there's nothing. I'm not sure when it was supposed to happen. I think August people are supposed to get it. I'm honestly not sure. ASA carbon fiber, it is expensive, but it's also the best. Like, it is just the best filament to print in. It looks so good. It has this like lovely texture to it. It has this nice like weight. It's somewhat lightweight, and it's really, really rigid for an ASA. And the fact that it's temperature resistant is just amazing. What you can get with this thing, with this material. So I just love it. And most of this machine is that color, unless it's tan. The tan stuff is just regular ASA. Finally got my A1 Mini after almost 2 long weeks of waiting. Can't wait to try some multicolor prints. Nice, congratulations. It's a cool machine. Still one of my most used machines. I actually should probably do a review, because I've done an unboxing, a bunch of shorts. I print on it all the time. I should probably do a bamboo review and kind of just give my opinions, because I don't think I actually have done it in a video format. So maybe that's something that we will do. I have noticed, just as a general thing, I don't know if anyone cares that's here about the back end of YouTube and all that stuff, but better than cheddar. Nice. I don't know about, if anyone cares about this kind of stuff, but YouTube in general has been kind of tricky. My videos get a fraction of views that they used to get like last year. And I definitely have more subscribers than ever, but at the same time, I seem to be kind of losing some of you guys. So I'm not sure. Live streams have been good. I've been really enjoying doing them as well, so it doesn't actually matter how the videos do to me, because this is good. But at the same time, it's just strange. Like, I released a video today, or released a video yesterday about a really great filament dryer, but it hasn't even hit 1,000 views, so it's kind of disappointing. It's always hard to put in a bunch of work and edit for hours and nights and do all that stuff and not really see a result, but it is what it is. It could be the subject matter. Maybe you guys aren't just interested in that kind of thing, so we'll see. But I did notice that the realistic trend is, if I do a project, something that I really just enjoy doing, it gets almost nothing. And when I look at a machine that's popular, or I do a tutorial about a popular problem, those really go. But to me, those aren't necessarily the most fun parts about 3D printing, So the project stuff, that's the fun stuff. I absolutely love doing machines and checking them all out. That's kind of the whole point. But it's just kind of interesting the way that YouTube works and the way YouTube pushes things. So good to know. I made a few changes on the filament, changed G-code to make it a bit faster, purged less of the color changes, need to test so I could share and make a roll. Nice. Yeah, I would love to do that. I haven't gotten into that portion of either machines yet, so currently both of mine make a huge mess. Hey, Darren, how you doing? Hey, we want ANET. That is a fun one that I want to do. Obviously, we're doing a build. This build is going to be really in there. But maybe the ANET shouldn't be a build series. Maybe the ANET should be a video, and that's different, because that's something I would do mostly off camera. And it would go much faster than doing it every other week, you know, live stream. So Surge, that might be a possibility, actually. Interesting. Interrupted by a commercial for recycling plastic. Nice. Oh, no, I'm glad you liked that. It was a little bit different because it wasn't here. I did it at my office. And I could have done things a little bit differently in that video, but I figured just talking to you guys with the thing and nothing else would be good. I don't know. I'd really like to get that filament dryer, but it's out of stock. Yes, so the main unit is out of stock, but because they made some changes. So some of the things about it itself were, I believe the main thing was the fan. The fan that I have is actually really loud in there. That was my first comment to them. The fan was really loud. It made kind of an unpleasant sound. So they apparently changed that. They changed that to a different fan, different manufacturer. So that delay is good. You know, obviously it's not good that you can't buy it, but it's good that it's going to be improved when it does come back. Why are you spinning electric screwdriver? Was I? I didn't even think about it. You're right. Hodo. Do you want me to share the G code with you so you can help me test it? Yeah, sure. Got a notification on that filament dryer video and watched it. There was a price point. Yeah, was there a price point on that? I didn't say it aloud because I don't know how fluid their price point is going to be. I believe it's $80. I believe it's $80, which is slightly more expensive than your standard filament dryer. But I have a ton. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 here and 1 at the office, and all of them suffer their own little issues. And in my opinion, that one, as in the poly dryer, has the least of those issues. It has its own little quirks that I mentioned in the video, but it's definitely an entire system. Whereas the other ones aren't systems. They're almost like an add-on to a single machine, or if you have like 2 or 3 machines max, it would be nice to have one. But this one can kind of like expand with the hobby or expand with your filament collection. It's kind of interesting. It's a very different take, in my opinion, on these things. Hey, there you go. Nice. Hey, Brian, by the way. Hello. Putting print heads together with tweezers. Steven. Someone has already made a custom AMS that uses the Polymaker dryer. Oh, they did? Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting that system to not only be really popular, but also, you know, since it's modular, to kind of take off. At least that would be my guess. Loving the Sunlu S4s. Yes, so the Sunlu S4 is fantastic. That's what I use here as well. On my desktop, the chosen one is the Creality Pi, or whatever it's called. Something Pi. Space Pi? It's kind of a weird name. But that's what I chose for my desktop, sitting next to my V0 there. I would love to make my own, that kind of like with extrusions for that, but that's a whole different thing. But yeah, the Sunlu S4 is great, especially if you want to do more than one. My only issue with it is you can't just dry one. Obviously, it's never going to hurt to dry more filament, but that's definitely a downside. You can't just like turn on just the side or just the corner. Like that would technically be ideal if it was like controlled like that. Like I could select the front left or something and do it that way, you know? That would be cool. All right, so Jeff did tell me that this part, the spacer, is the same. So we're not gonna have to change that. Oh, right, I forgot this is gonna need some inserts. That's okay. I'm not gonna break this one down just yet. I'll take these guys out. Hopefully I can do it without damaging them. Yeah, they're very loose on mine. But on this thing, on this, I'm gonna have to take it actually apart, like break it. Because I need those bushings that are in there. I don't have any more, I just have the 2. But as far as this goes, we should be able to take everything I need out of here. Except for the magnets. The magnets I will also have to break out of here because they're glued. So I'll do that later. Yeah, so Zumi, enjoy that. So Zumi got the filament dryer that was replaced from the studio. So what's it called? Fix Dry? The Fix Dry dual unit. It's a great unit for drying more than one filament, as in like 1, 2, a 2 kilogram spool, and I believe a 5 even fits in there, but I think it might be like 3 kilograms max. So you can actually put a bunch of filament in there, and it is good. Like the filament dryer is good. It has a nice readout. It's not just 1, 2, or 3. It gives you an actual number. It heats up fast. It maintains it quick. It has a timer. All the things that you might want in one of those. The only problem I have at the office is for that use case specifically, not for here, but for that use case, I want those things to be airtight, so that the poly dryer just fit the bill a little bit better. That's all. All right, let's see. So it's still 1 magnet on this, but we're gonna need a little bit of hardware. That shouldn't be a problem, and we're gonna need 2 of these guys. I wonder if it's worth me just breaking this thing real quick. Nah, I'll do that later. I'll set that off to the side. Let me just get them from our hardware. I wonder if I have it in here. I do. Let's get this. I wonder if I need heat set inserts in the... No, I don't think so. I think it's just this. All right, first things first, let me find the right hardware. I think we're gonna need little ones. Could be wrong, let's see. It looks like we're gonna need... I actually can't really tell. Jeff, if you're in here, do you remember the hardware off the top of the head, what you need? Is it M3 by 8s? I have a feeling it's 8s. I'm gonna set those aside because I have a feeling that's what it is. But let's get some inserts. By the way, this is for the future. If you guys are watching this and I run out of inserts for later, it's because I use them. All right? Because I'm sure that's going to come up. I'm going to forget that I used a bunch on extra things that aren't in the kit. And then I'll be like, oh, look, I don't have enough. So for future reference... You almost can't buy one. The poly dryer was out of stock. Yeah, I mean, a bit nuts. That's what I was saying. They had an issue with the fans, and they got a new manufacturer. So I'm glad. I'm glad it's happening. I can send more if you need. No, Jeff. It's okay, man. It's all good. I will take it out of there. But I appreciate that. 8 or 6. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sorry. Apparently my chat wasn't catching up. Acetone bath. If you want to get your YouTube numbers up, just do a part printer build and part transparent nightgown try-on. The transparent nightgown try-on might work really well. My viewership is going to dramatically change. That's amazing. I'm gonna get my hot glue out and try to plug in the motor. That should work. I mean, Zumi, you're not gonna be storing it in there anyway, right? Like, that's for like nylon. You know, if you're just gonna do some PETG and ABS here and there, you should be okay. Especially if you like turn it on maybe an hour or 30 minutes before you're actually going to print with it. It should be good. You mentioned in the video about revisiting the flow of the dryer, or reversing the flow of the dryer so that it would blow out the desiccant. But wouldn't that make the desiccant put more moisture and absorb back into the container? No, because if you look at their graphs how it works, when it's circulating, it's actually taking out the old, well, like once it's hitting the filament, it's actually pushing the old air out. So the reason why I wanted the the whole thing flipped, like the design flipped. So obviously you could just flip it over. You just can't see the readouts at the same time. Like one of them is going to be reversed. You could just literally flip it over and it'll do the same thing. But the reason why I want that is because I want the hottest air that's coming in. I want that hottest air to touch, to hit the desiccant first, so it dries it out. So that when you do seal it, we know that it's always going to be dry. And they have the color changing stuff in there, and you can tell how that works. Like when I flip it, it turns the color it's supposed to be faster. I spent 2 days reclaiming inserts at 50, ended with 350. First of all, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, good job recycling is right. That's a lot. Yeah, he can definitely do a couple the nightgown for sure. And I might even not get demonetized if I use him. All right, so let's see how this is going to work. These things are much tighter. Can I even get it in there by hand? Let's see. No chance. Interesting. What about this bottom one? Okay, this bottom one pops in. All right, let's use this one for reference. I'm going to need a different tool here to do this at an angle. That's quite the angle, actually. Super steep. Let's see if it can be done. Yeah, looks like it's gonna work. And the tighter it goes, the easier it becomes, obviously. Yeah, this is a much better design idea, by the way, like very clearly. There we go, it's getting pulled in. Yeah, that is good. All right, I don't want to over tighten it. There we go. Yeah, that's great. That's not only going to be much straighter, but it's also just going to be solid and not come out like mine. You don't need to deal with glue. Like, it isn't like super glue. Bottom one, not my favorite. Hey, Tiger Flower, what's up? We were just talking about the A-net. All right, let's see. Why can't I get it into these tops? I wonder if I'll be able to kind of get the hardware in there. Let's see, will it reach? No. All right, I have an idea. I'm gonna use a longer hardware just to kind of get them started. And we'll do it that way. Well, making it to one of the streams. It's been months since I've been able to actually watch long enough 5 minutes. Well, I appreciate you trying, and welcome. Welcome to a stream. We had one cut short by a loss of power during a storm. Then we had one where I was exhausted and just didn't even have a plan. I just kind of started and we hung out, which was actually a pretty cool stream. Like, that was a fun one. What else did we do? And now we're here, trying to finally, well, not wrap this up, but at least move this thing forward. There's a guy behind you. Yeah, he's always there. Creepy fella. All right, let's see. Let's get this long boy in there. There we go. All right, and I'm hoping I can help pull this in. Here we go. There it goes. Oh yeah, you guys see that? Just sucking it right up in there. All right, and then we'll undo this. There we go. And then we'll put in the right size, which I think is the right size. I think it will be. Let's see. Is it? No, it's not reaching. Let's see if I can push this up. Ah, okay, well, I scratched my Hodo. Dang it. There we go. There we go. Now it's going, and we caught it. Okay. Cool. All right, that worked. That's how we're gonna do it. All right, here's the last one. I do have a zoom vise, that is true. You are 100% correct. A few months back, I fried my Octopus v1.1. Recently swapped out 2 visibly burnt components. Anyone have a simple way to test it without slapping it onto a printer? That's a good question. Probably outside of my pay grade. Can you test it on 5 volts? Right? That would be probably what I would suggest, is see if you can test it on 5 volts, as in like plug it into USB, and see if you can reach some of that stuff. All right, Zoomy Vice. We need you. All right, let's see. How can I get that in there without damaging the plastic too much? Oh yeah, that worked. That totally worked. Oh yeah. Gold. Thanks, Burn. That worked well, and thanks, Zoomy. That was a collab right there. That's a cool update for the pins. Looks solid. We'll keep it. Yes, exactly. So, and that was exactly the issue. Like I had the problem that they solved with it. So that's definitely nice. Hey Jeff, one more question I have. How are you cleaning the nozzles on this thing? Like I definitely have a brush. Like I have a brush that I can print and mount somewhere, maybe on the front over here or something. But how are you doing it on your machine? I think I asked you this before. I think you might have said with my fingers. I could be wrong though. So this part is these what are these things called? Not button heads. Flat tops. They are magnetic. That's why they're black. I mean, they don't have to be black to be magnetic, but the black ones are magnetic. And the point of these is that they can touch the magnets on the shuttle and help with attracting the bottom. Flathead, yeah. Thanks, Hyper. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, Hyper. I'll have to talk to you later, but I think I'm gonna get some coilovers for the Outback. I'm gonna drop that thing about 2 inches. So wish me some luck on that. But I'm gonna grab some what are they called? Silver's Neomax. I don't know if you have any experience with that. Silver's Neomax coilovers. A few people have done it, but I have never seen a lowered Outback in person. I've seen some lifted, but never got a call. Yeah, no worries, Jeff, no rush. Unused dock location. Yeah, well, this one's gonna be packed. I'm hoping to have 4 heads on here, so I'm not gonna have room for one. But yeah, I've definitely seen that. So I have a feeling it has to be on the bottom by the bed, maybe towards the back, as long as these heads can reach that area. Never heard of them? Yeah, I mean, there's not too many people that are going to be making this product. There is 2 from what I understand. What's the other company? It's like JD or something, or SD. I don't remember, but they have pretty low reviews just in general, like as far as their coilovers go. But these guys I haven't really heard about much. But if you look up silvers, the lowered outbacks come up. So apparently it's a thing. All right, so that should be everything on this side. Now we need to do these inserts. Excuse me. I guess I put the vise away too soon. Haven't seen your generation drop before. Right, exactly. There's only a few people on the forums that have done it. Several of them, there's springs. What are they called? RSR, drop low, something like that. Ibach also made some springs, although they're not available for anyone to buy quite yet. And if they are, they don't even have images of it. They only have one test vehicle, which is a newer style than mine. So I have the one that's called BT. I believe the facelifted version of mine has slightly different hardware here and there. But it should be mostly the same from what I understand. But so Ibach has springs, but I've had springs and shocks before. I just don't want to do that. I think a coilover would be nice because, well, it's a singular unit. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. Nuno, I have an Outback. I have a 2020 Outback. So nothing too exciting. It's actually, I would say it's probably the most boring car on earth. But I drive all back roads for my commute, and as much as I'd love a project car, it doesn't quite make sense right now. And I'm about to do brakes, so I'll be in there anyway. And when I bought the car several years ago, I bought a lift, 2-inch lift, and that was my plan. Run through tires, get a larger tire, throw a lift on it. But I've done that to 2 Subarus already. I had a lifted Forester and I had a lifted Impreza wagon. So I'm kind of thinking, hey, why not try lowering it this time? I'm all back roads anyway. I do go camping, but you can drive that car anywhere, even when it's lowered. So that's my thought. You know, I already have wheels that are decent, lightweight. I can run my tire until it's pretty much bald and then get a regular tire that's significantly lighter than my current truck tire. And instead of losing, you know, another 4 or so miles per gallon, I might actually gain that much by doing a lighter tire and lowering it. And it's my daily driver. It's never going to be fast. That's a CVT 2.5 liter, so that's out of the question. You know? So, I don't know. When does a project car ever make any sense? When you have a couple loose ends. When you got a couple of them loose ends hanging around, and you can buy a project car without risking the rest of your livelihood, that's when it can make sense. But that's not the case. I wish it was, but that's not the case. I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube. All right, so bada bing, bada boom, just below the tops. Should be good to go. This one I'm not the most happy with. Let's see if this thing's still hot enough. There we go. Let's just rotate it just a bit. Didn't look 100% straight. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna let it cool down a hair, and we will start to do that. As far as this goes, we'll do it. We'll do that after. First, this one at a time. In theory only, yeah. It's always in theory. What about setting up a brush on a servo like Ender Clicky? Yeah, I don't mind doing that also. I have servos as well, so that's definitely a possibility and could be fun. Oh man, next gen, right? Was that yeah, next gen? Hold on. I don't wanna butcher his name. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I always enjoyed talking to him. Yeah, next gen. I was right. Next gen 3D. I'm not sure what happened to my buddy, but next gen had some amazing designs for his Vorons that he was posting in our Discord all the time. Actually, I'm gonna reach back out to him because we had some pretty good conversations, and I just haven't talked to him in a while, so we'll see. But yeah, Next Gen 3D had some really cool versions of that on his V0, which would work perfectly here. It was basically on a servo and it would just pop out wherever. Cool, I have a Honda i30N, nice European version with the Elantra N, nice. Any of the N models are super cool. 2.0 liter T, 275 stock, but I have mine tuned to 360, nice. Yeah, so that's the car that you have in the in your thumbnail. You know, I've been eyeing it. Hey, Pez Liz, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. How's it going? Most new engines purring away. Gonna drive it to work for the first time tomorrow. Nice, tomorrow, nice. No boost for 1K miles though. That's okay. That's okay. It just driving is gonna be enough joy. As much as we all love boost. All right, let's get this guy on there. Good, just booked 3D Printopia. Nice. Sleep over at your house? Yeah. Yeah, I'll get some bunk beds. For sure. Already the basement. We can go old school style. My old lady van needs an oil change. Get on it, Zumi. You don't want to miss an oil change. Got to build a fort, right? Have a pillow fight. All right, I forgot that I should probably have like a camera pointing to where I'm working so that maybe you guys will see what I'm actually doing. Remember that? Blanket fort's the best. That's right. Wait, why does this not look right? This can't be right. Where are these from? These must be from... No, this is from here. Play spin the hot end? Nice. I don't know, Peslas, you might not want to come anymore. It's gonna get weird in here. Somehow I picture you in a Mustang. That's fair. I would see her in a Mustang. 69 Camaro, huh? My neighbor, when I was a kid, built one with his dad. Frame up. That thing was built from... Every single bolt was brand new on that thing. Wonder where he's at nowadays. Bada bang, bada boom. Cool, we're in. All right, and the last two. My seats vibrate when the engine purrs. Well, that's something you'd say. My dream car. Just because of the seats or just in general? My motorcycle was like that. The whole seat vibrated like crazy. I hated it. You could fix that, but why would you? That's true. One man's pain is another man's pleasure, as they say. That's why my wife hates when I rev the bike. Yeah, no more bikes for me. All right, I think we're together. Where are we at? Where's the camera at? All right, so this is the new one. And now let's put together the shuttle. So I need to get this guy out of here first. What was the question on nozzles? Did someone ask me a nozzle question that I missed? No, not nozzles. How do you clean them? Sorry. How do you clean your nozzles? Do you have a brush somewhere? Or do you have a procedure similar to what Creality does? How do you do it? What's that board on your table called? 3D Print Junkie. What board on the table? You mean the cutting board that I'm using? I got this at Walmart. It was really inexpensive. It's made by, who's the scissor company? Fiskars. It was really inexpensive, this guy. And I believe the other side is white. So when this thing is finally too damaged, which it's not quite there yet, because I build everything on here, you can flip it over and it's white underneath. So it's actually kind of cool looking. Yeah, I got it at Walmart. It was way cheaper than everything else, even cheaper than what they had on Amazon in similar sizes, because it is pretty big. It's 37 inches wide by 25 inches, so it's pretty big. Right. That's actually why I've never used the brush, actually. The wipers for modular docks, but I retract not to's. Oh, okay, okay. It's called a cutting mat. It is. It is called a cutting mat. I believe there's another word for it, though. Like, it's not exactly cutting mat. It's something else, but that's generally speaking what it is. As far as this thing goes, I wonder if I can just remove this without affecting the belts. Let's see. I honestly don't know because I haven't tried. But let's try. And I have plenty of magnets, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay, it looks like it will just come off, so let's see. Can I leave that in place? All right, those are loose. Those are loose. Come on out of there. Oh, they're longer than I thought. Okay. There we go. Come out. Come out. Come out. There we go. All right. First, let me compare. Get the hardware out of there. Let me compare this. So this is the old one. Does this fit in it? It does. Okay, so this should be exactly the same, I'm hoping. Yeah, let me check it this way. Same size. Yes, okay, so I don't need to actually replace that. So I'm gonna keep what I have here because it's tensioned already. So that means the back of this should be the same. They are. And then the front has a v1.1 and a new logo on there. And a slightly different shape, but really not much. But the point of this is this angle is less extreme for the magnets on the bottom. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some magnets on there. How many do we need? 3 magnets. Got that. That's these guys. And let's see if I can take these bushings out. Brand is spelled Fiskars. Yes. Matt is probably cutting fabric like a... Yes, 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 yes. I have Overture PI plates that work on my bench. Nice. Yeah, right. When you buy rolls, they used to give you those. Yeah. Yeah, I used to use them too, actually. Thanks, nice. Yep. Yeah, it was by far the cheapest. I'm not even sure why. You can't even get it on Amazon for cheaper. It's more expensive than at Walmart. So, yeah, great deal. I think it is too. It's great. All right, so how could I push those out without ruining them? I'm thinking maybe this from the back here. Oh, okay, they just slide right out like it's nothing. There you go. Okay, so nothing to worry about there. Let's just pop those out. And this one. Oh yeah, they just came out of there like nothing. Okay, so these are the 3 bushings that we need. And let's see how they work on our updated one. Might need to get out my zoomy vise again. All right, so it's definitely a tighter fit, I feel like, because they slipped out of mine like it was nothing. So that's pretty good. Let's get this other one in there. Oh, nope, this one went in kind of easy. All right, and one more. Come on in. Slip on in there. The water is just fine. Let's go. This one will be pretty hard to press in there with something, so sorry about the camera angles, but I gotta just try to push it in. All right, there we go. Okay, so as far as I understand, this, minus the magnets, should catch this thing. So this will butt up against it right here and then just drop in. And that does not align that well. Let's see if I can wiggle it a couple times. And okay, so that just took one time to kind of align them. All right, so that's not too bad. And I'm assuming the magnets will help. There we go, so that's how that system works. Bang, bada bing, bada boom. All right, neat. And it's getting a little bit more loose, so now they are where they need to be. And that is all good. All right, let's get the magnets in here. And the magnets, does their direction matter? Oh, right, we need a magnet in here. I forgot about that. State of the fart. Yeah, not so good for cutting, that's for sure. Yeah, the mats that I sell are not cutting mats. But they're definitely great for having a keyboard on or having your printer sit on. That would reduce vibrations by a ton. It would be perfect for something like a v0.2 with a filament dryer next to it, by the way. Like, that would be ideal. All right, so the direction doesn't matter on the bottom, but it does on top. And let's see if I can pull it off without glue, which I doubt. Yeah, no luck there. Let's see. Come on. The fact that it's actually tight is pretty good because I know it's not going to be coming out, and the fact that I don't need to put glue in there. All right, I gotta line it up a little better before I start to push. Come on. Okay, it's not happening. Let me try some pliers. Some people have put heat bed together with a little box over at 100 for like 20 minutes, help make smoother. Oh, you mean them move up and down? Yeah, I get that. I have a real silicone cutting mat for my drone workbench. Yeah. I just had a suggestion from one of those. Let me see if I can pull up a link. Jerry from the print house sent me a link. I have it in my cart, actually, but I'm not signed into Amazon on here, I don't think. Yeah, so this cutting mat right here. This cutting mat, this silicone griddle mat, is what he suggested. That's 20 bucks plus 7% off. So pretty good deal as well. All right, we got the magnet in there. Just like that. And I don't think we're gonna need glue for this one. I think that should be okay. I have a silicone soldering mat. Might just go ahead with a sheet magnet put under the, oh nice, yeah, that'll be cool too. Having a magnet under there. Oh, these are surprisingly harder to get in. I'm kind of worried that I'm just trying not to damage this thing. Not that it really matters in terms of like making a crease on it or something. So let's just probably be a little bit more. What the hell is a griddle mat? Well, if you have a griddle, you can put a silicone mat apparently above it. Protect the griddle from rodents, insect debris, and rust. All-season cooking protective cutter. You know, just like a flat thing you put on your grill. By the way, while I'm working on this, for those that are just now popping in here, there is a pinned link at the top of the chat. If you guys are going to stick around, you can have a chance to win a spool of PLA Plus from 3D Max just by signing up there. You have to be in the United States and you have to be present to collect your earnings there. But that is available. Why am I having so much trouble with this? There we go. Okay, I'm really liking how tight these actually are. I'm hoping that is gonna be good to go. There is a little crevice where you can pour a little bit of glue in, and that will definitely assure that they stay. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that, especially on this one. There is very little to no downside in gluing these in. There we go. Okay, that's in. That's in. All right, I did kind of mangle it up, just the hair down here. Let me clean that up a bit. So what's this hardware on the bottom? Oh, that just makes it stiffer. Oh, and there's a thing right here that I didn't even consider. All right, so that's something I gotta still do. I don't remember what any of that's for. So down at the bottom, there's hardware that goes in, just like that. And then there's also a heat press insert. Oh, so this part is actually smaller. Interesting. All right, so it is different. All right, let's take those out and put those in here. And then I'll throw some glue in the mix. There's part for end stops on big 2.4. Ah. Haha, Gryfang. Yeah, I couldn't make it yesterday. It was just too late already. By the time I would have gotten ready, I would have been late. And I didn't want to push it back, so I just pushed it a whole day. I slept like a baby. I was exhausted. Jeff, so you're saying I don't need to put this this insert in, or do I need it for something? Ah, good to know. I don't know about kits, but I was going to grab them on AliExpress. They're very inexpensive, and the shipping was actually really quick. I did end up getting pins, but Jeff sent me a whole bunch, so thank you, Jeff, for that. I don't think there's a kit. Okay, yeah, I'll do the bolts, but so I don't need that. Okay, cool, yeah. Yeah, Alexander, I'm gonna do a four tool changer in this thing, and Jeff Montgomery here has already done it, and has a bunch of tool changers at this point. Also, Rip Micronics, yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't like following them too closely in the first place. I did think the tech is crazy cool to be so affordable, but it was almost like too good to be true in a way. And you know what? I'm really happy for the guys. Like, I'm super happy for them. That's the goal for so much, and to be able to be recognized enough to get an offer where you accepted it at that point of the business is pretty cool. So as a business owner myself, you know, I think that part of it is cool. I know that's hard to understand as a consumer. And hey, maybe the company will have a change of heart and not just take that you know, off the market completely, and maybe they'll make a really affordable machine out of it. Bobcat 3D on Etsy. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Also, I forgot how crazy long these things are. Look at that. I totally forgot about that. So they go through the whole thing. I totally forgot about that. I think I need the larger... I won't be able to do it with this one. I need the larger Hodo. Let's get the big boy Hodo and the tiny Allen. And let's let it rip. Hopefully I don't strip them. Also, we're playing the wrong song. Next. Oh yeah, gosh, this Hodo is crazy. I always forget. Never forget how obnoxious this Hodo is. It is so strong, I'm barely holding this. It's gonna pop and break my fingers. All right, easy, easy. Nice. There it is. That was extremely easy, thanks to Hodo. Ah! You really got to hold on to this thing. Yeah, this Hodo screwdriver has so much more power than what it looks. It's really a great product. Ooh. All right, cool. We're in. All right, so the only other part is we need this magnet to go in here. So let's push that on. There we go. Let's see. Nice. All right, we can do a little bit better with that magnet. Maybe. Let's see, what could I use? What can I use to apply some force? There we go. Nice. Okay, that's also good to know. I'll still throw some glue on there because there's no downside. I'm putting a little touch of glue on there. And then let's see these bottom pins. So these guys are adjustable. So when this slides on, you can kind of see there's a gap. So I can actually adjust those and I will. So let's do that. I want that to be in the right spot. So let's do 2, 3 turns. 1, 2, 3 turns. Let's try it again. There we go. I don't know how I got that on the first try, but looks like this side is a little bit further out than the other, so let's dial that in. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. Let's do a quarter of a turnout. There we go. Neat. There we go. So that is our shuttle. And this will also be how the machine not only picks up and delivers these things, but also how it does bed leveling. All right. Yeah, so this will definitely need we'll need to make a macro to wear this in for sure. Like it will have to bob up and down for a little while. But yeah, you can definitely tell it wears in as we do it, which is nice. So everything just goes where it needs to go since it's 2 printed parts. But yeah, nice. Okay, let's throw this on and see how it behaves on there. Hodor. All right, let's get this guy aligned. Actually, I need to put the hardware through it from what I remember from the other one. There we go. That'll help us align a little bit better. Voila. Knock 2 on that thing. I didn't know you were so current with that stuff, Zoomy. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Oh yeah. All right, that's that. Let's get this guy on there. We're going for it. We attached. We're attached. Almost attached? No, let's loosen this one then. Can you get that on there? No. So loosen this. Let's get this guy in there. All right, that's good. That one's good. What about this side? No, this one doesn't want to go in there. Okay. Let's see if we can get this guy in. I can't tell, to be honest. I think this one's on. Yep, so just this top one. Doesn't, oh, there it goes. No, definitely don't want to strip it. Something's not quite right with this one. Let me check the teeth on it. Seems okay. What if I take this guy out of there? Can we swap them? Definitely don't want to strip out that linear rail. Oh, it does not want to go. All right, here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to undo the rest of these. And we'll see if we can put that one in first. Oh, it does not like it. All right, that's a problem. Let's move this to the side. And let me just thread this in there by hand. Something's not quite right. Yeah, threads in just fine. Threads in just fine. So it's not the threads there. Some kind of slight misalignment. Obviously 3D printed parts. Let's see if I can get it to fit in there a little better. So like that. Like that. So just so I can, in case it's not very clear, what I'm doing is I got the shuttle on here. I got the shuttle. I'm trying to put it onto the actual carrier here. And we're having some misalignments. So I'm gonna try to get that one on first. Yeah, it does not. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, we got that on there. Let's see if I can get the others on now. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna do it loose. I'm hoping the rest will just go. Yep, that went. And that went. Okay. We are on now. So something was just slightly misaligned, but we got there in the end. And I don't want to over tighten anything here, but it does have to be tight because this is going to matter for all of the tool heads. And yes, I still have to chop the belts, but I'll do that later. Oops. Okay, so that's good to go. And here's the moment of truth. Let's get this guy on there. Drop. Nice. Perfect. And when this thing would hit, oh yeah, it comes right off. No problem. Great. Yep, it'll do a couple of these and it will self-adjust for sure. But that is perfect. We're good to go. We are updated to version 1.1. I'm pretty happy about that. Look at that. Bam. It's been a long week at work and I haven't done any 3D printing in a week. Get on it. Get on it, man. You know what I forgot? I forgot to put super glue on there. So that's fun. Looks like it'll be pretty easy to do. As long as I don't drippy drip it. I'm definitely not taking that off again. Hey, hey Jeff. Do you put super glue on yours, or you've been leaving them press fit? Is there a lock to hold that on? No, there's no lock to hold it on, and that's okay. It holds on with magnets. That almost hit me in the eyeball. But hey, maybe better than my coffee. Put out some paper towels? Yes, yes, I will. I actually have a rag that I will use that's there for this type of scenario. All right, this super glue has been annoying me for like a year now, and I still haven't fixed it. What I need to do is print some kind of new spout, because otherwise I'm going to throw this stuff out. There's got to be some printables out there for super glue bottles. All right, I'm just going to cut it. Well, the amount of light on here, I'm very surprised that sometimes I just can't see. No glue on mine. And you've been printing. Well, is yours enclosed? I'm wondering if it's worth doing, because eventually it will get hot as Hades in there. There are, and Gridfinity for glue too. Nice. Gotta love the Gridfinity. I am a fan. All right, there we go. Finally cleared it. Because, Liz, the reason why I'm asking is because I've had this glue for ages now. And I lost the cover, the lid for it. And now what I use is some tape. And it's embarrassing. Oh no. It's embarrassing with the amount of 3D printing and 3D print access that I have. That's what I got. Keep your super glue in the fridge when you aren't using it? Really? Is that a thing? So if the head crashes and can fly off, oh yeah, it'll just come right off. I had to build a top hat for it. Nice. Classic, right? Well, here's the thing. I just cut this off more, and now it's like this giant blunt object. And now I'm going to have way more trouble putting glue there. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the thing I didn't want to. I'm going to not put glue on there. I don't think we'll need it for now. And if it is actually a problem, I'll do it then. Famous last words. When I just dropped this thing a second ago, my makeshift glue lid that I was just showcasing flew away somewhere. And now it's gone forever. Here it is. Have no fear, I found my glue lid. That's hilarious. So there you go. The glue lives another day. It's kind of funny. Lasts forever. Nice. I didn't know that. I honestly didn't know that. I'm not sure why I didn't know that, but I didn't. Alright, so for my next trick, now that this part is done, I guess we can start doing the motherboard. Trying to get it into a configuration that I like, because I think once that motherboard is pre-populated with things, and since the EVB is here, I would technically be able to throw some firmware on them and have it prepared. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment. I'm not sure though. And then I have these two magnets for the front here. I'm going to keep them off actually for right now, because I still have to print the what's it called? What are these things called? I kind of redesigned this, a couple little pieces on here, but this is an existing one. I designed it so that you can just mount it here, and then based on the previous design, they kind of attach to each other. But like I mentioned before, the problem with my idea here is that this is as high as this can go, and it needs to go above it and drop this thing off. So technically this would have to be lower, like about down here, for this thing to be able to kind of move at it and then push up with it like that and leave this thing in. And it'll just sit there with magnets right here until the shuttle comes around to pick it up. But Jeff was showing me a new updated one, so I'm gonna do that. So this one gets scrapped. I can actually push the magnets out of there and reuse them. And same here and same here. I'll salvage all of that later. This thing we don't need. I'm gonna throw it out. I'll print another one if we need. Let me just clean up and go. Docks. That's the word, docks. It's the little guys, the little things, guys. I just forget. I forget words. It's only gonna get worse. Only gonna get worse from here. I'll be doing streams where I can't imagine, I can't remember anything. Where am I? You know? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's move this thing back some. I'm gonna get the motherboard, and then we're gonna pull up a couple images, and we will go from there. This is what? This is, oh right, this is actually important. I gotta make sure I remember this. This particular EVB 36 is version 1.2. And the rest of my EVB 36s that I have that are back there for the other tool heads are EVB version 1.1s. So I gotta make sure that I remember that, because the firmware is different for them. And that is going to matter. Let me get all of these things. Let's get this. There we go. I think there's nothing in here, but let me check. That's the screen. We don't need that yet. What's in here? TMC 29s. Okay, we need these. Okay, I'll just leave that where that is. That's okay, we will prompt you. I really hope so. We'll change your name from Feder to Joe. Nice. Oh wait, I thought my name was Joey's Joe. Nice. We'll just swap names. We'll just swap them. See what it's like. Leave heater on 1.1 disconnected. Goes live during DFU mode. Oh, that's quite important. Luckily, it's very easy to reach. But that's good to know. So just undo one of the wires for the heater, like the hot wire. Leave the ground in, or just take them both out to be safe. All right, so let's see what we're working with here. We have the CB1 on the EBB, right. Oh, EBB version 1.1. I see. All right, so we have the CB1 heatsink. One is fine. Okay, cool. Jeff, in case I don't say this enough, huge thank you, man. Really. All right, we got some heat sinks, some stepper drivers, let's get the brains out of here, huh? Oh yeah. Lots of connectors. Hopefully we won't need them. I'm sure we'll end up needing them to some degree. Got our little wire. I have 1,000,000 of them, so I'm just going to chuck all this back in. Actually, I have a drawer of just wires, so I'll put that in there. What kind of electrical connection does it use? Which part? Which one of these things are we talking? The tool head. Oh, the tool head is going to use 24 volts from the CAN bus cable. And it passes through from this motherboard. Well, at least initially. Oh, here's another thing, Jeff. I should probably not use the motherboard's CAN bus, since I will be using this for the final. So since I want to use this, and as far as I understand, this doesn't have any brains other than picking the right, so it stays connected the entire time. Yeah, the tool heads stay connected the entire time. Yeah, all 4 of them will be connected the entire time. And you can obviously control them. Yes, very quiet, yeah. Very quiet machine. So this is the Big Tree Tech CEB version 1. And what this does is it takes one CAN bus connection and splits it. Yeah. You were on CAN from motherboard to that. Oh, so you're saying from the motherboard to this, and then from here to there. But this doesn't need anything outside of printing a thing to mount, because obviously I'm going to need that. All right. So for this motherboard, we need to do a couple of things. First thing, and probably the most fun thing, is let's put the brains, the CB1, this one's CB1 version 2.2. Let's throw that on there. Why are there little protector things for the hardware on here? Is that like a after install, the warranty's void type of things. This is a really cool board, actually. I have an old version of this that I never got a chance to use. But this one has way more features. I believe the other one didn't even have CAN bus at the time. But this one does, obviously. Alright, those little pucks are off. Let's go ahead and seat this thing. It's gonna go this way. RAM, CPU. Yeah, it won't fit this way. It's gonna fit this way. These things are always nerve-wracking to put in. Can never tell how much to push for the click. There we go. Click. Click. All right. And then we need the 4 pieces of hardware. BDT needs more stackable boards, like one that has a Pi footprint. Yeah. This one is... Where's the version? Probably on the back. This one is not... There shouldn't be one. Oh, version 1.1. So not V2. And which one do I have? I might have just version 1. Not even 1.1. Alright, let's throw this thermal pad on there. I have tweezers. Let's use them. There we go. This just feels like cheese. This feels like a nice slab of American cheese. Come on. There we go. I have 1.1. Okay, cool. Yeah, 1.1 I think is when they added CAN bus, and version 1 didn't actually have it. All right, let's throw the heatsink on there. Like this. Nice. Any ideas if the drivers have load ratings? Like how many amps can they drive a motor, since motors can pull lots of current? I haven't heard anything about how much the drivers can support. That is a really good technical question. Definitely not something I can answer off the top of my head. I would have to look up the specs, you know, just like you essentially. I am definitely not sure of that. Definitely not sure. Definitely don't want to over tighten anything here. American cheese. Yeah, 100% feels just like American cheese. But yeah, I honestly don't know the load ratings. That's definitely above my pay grade. All right, so CB1 is on and attached. I'm gonna put this guy on there just so that I don't forget. I know it's gonna be annoying and in the way, but this is the Wi-Fi antenna. But like I said, otherwise, I'll just forget it. Probably something funky will happen, like you'll burn out the Wi-Fi or something. The best case scenario would be is if it just didn't work. But you kind of need it for a clever machine, right? All right, I'll curl it back up so it gets the least amount in the way. All right, now comes the fun part. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up, yes, I'm an electrical engineer. Oh, I'm a graphic artist slash UX expert and web designer. So I'm not qualified. I am not qualified. Flopping in the wind while doing the install. Then falling off and there was, yeah, this guy? Oh yeah. Hopefully we'll find it later. All right, so what I wanted to do was find that one link that talked about how to set this thing up. I think I saved it on printables. I had it up on our last live stream. But let me quickly go and check it out on my other screen here. Let's go to my collections, and under Voron there should be, yep, this guy. All right, so this is the link that I need right here. All right, let me get back. Yep, I'm okay with that. All right, so Mr. Yell has this post where he talks about, here, I guess you guys might want to see it a little closer, where he talks about all the little things about this machine. And he helps people with some of the errata. Like, for example, when we're doing the wiring for the PSU, I got to make sure this part's correct. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, the display SPI. Check the cable sitting in the correct Check the cable sitting in the correct connectors and orientation. Okay. Shut down OS. Flip switch. Fix cable if wrong. Blue text up. Oh, like this cable. Blue text up. That's for the screen. I guess I should do that now. Also, I just realized this is going not this doesn't go to the bottom of the, yeah, this goes to the bottom of the motherboard. But this is kind of showing that it's going to the CB1. Right? Like, this has pass-through for the display right here and SPI screen. Maybe I'm just... Oh, no. Okay, so when this is going straight, yeah, it would come out of here. He just doesn't have a heat sink on his. Okay. Never mind. We're all nerds here. That's right. Zuby's just trying to get a pizza. Nice. There you go. Got the specs. All right, so what I was trying to get to was this. Okay, so he was saying here, this is something that I probably would have missed, is he's saying that this one, the third step stick on the Manta, has dual output marked by red tape. It's for dual lead screw setups. So this one and this one is actually together for one. So it looks like this is motor A, motor B, and then we have the 4 Z's. So I got to make sure I remember this. But more importantly is where I need to put these guys at. Oops. And that is here for sensorless. So I do want to do this. Power down, remove power, remove step sticks. Set the jumper for the stepper, which should use sensorless. 3.2.4 diag, sensorless homing. Yeah, okay, so that's what I want. As shown in the figure, plug the jumper cap when using the sensorless homing function and leave it unplugged when it's not used. So as shown in the figure, plug the jumper cap when using sensorless. So that is what I want to do. So, okay, I see it. It's a slightly smaller set of pins. So plug the jumper cap when using sensorless homing. So I need to put these in. It looks like on all of them, but the far two. Why not motor 7 and motor 8? Why not the other two? I'm kind of confused there. We're not using motor 7, motor 8, right? Or are we? According to this, we are. As shown in the figure, plug the jumper cap when using sensorless homing function and leave it unplugged when it's not used. Whoops. Just put blank JST in. So don't plug into that. Put a blank JST in. That's actually a great idea. That's a fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. See, Jeff, you know my level of confusion that I get into. All right, so that would be, let's scroll back up. The third and fourth plug is what we don't need, right? Third, fourth. All right, so if I understand correctly, sensorless on just 2X and Y. Other 4 motors don't need sensorless jumpers. All right, so yeah, so just the first 2 is what needs it. So why is this person doing this? That seems confusing. Like there's no need to do this. This is just a confusing way to showcase this. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm gonna put this on this guy. And this guy. Oops. Of course, these are super difficult to put in. That's from the manual from BTT showing. Oh, I see. Come on, my guy. What? All right, tweezers ain't gonna work. Wow, what is going on here? There we go, here we go. Come on, we're almost on there. What is going on with me? I can't align this for the life of me. You know what? Maybe it's the plug. Let me use a different one. What the heck? All right. Let me get my old man eyes all up in here. Something slightly bent or something? Hello? Guys, you know how many of these I've put on in my day? A ton. A ton. Why can't they get this on there? One of the pins bent? I mean, oh, there it goes. Okay. Just needed to puncture my fingers on the surrounding pins. No big deal. No biggie. All right, so we got... How can I even show this? You can barely even see it. All right, we got one on right there and the other one on right there. So that should be the first two. Motor 1, motor 2. And then we're skipping these two and going 1, 2, 3, 4, and skipping the last one. Right. I'll put an empty one in there as well. Oops. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Trolls. I remember Trolls. I had one. I had one when I was a kid. All my friends had them too. Hey, Renovic. Hey, Papa's here. What's up, everybody? All right, I'm gonna put this guy in the last one, just to avoid confusion later. Better, maybe you could do a live sometime explaining what UART is and does. What CAN bus is for, etc. So you can convert from Tiki Talk to English for some mortals can understand. I can. So I like to do that when I have a full understanding of them. I mean, I do have an understanding of what UART is and what CAN bus does, so I can definitely explain those in simpler terms. But not much further than that. Like, my understanding is right there at that level. That's max. UART essentially, on drivers, gives you full control of the parameters instead of the firmware's baked in or hardware's baked in settings. So if you're running something in UART, you are literally outlining every single parameter of it, how much power it gets, etc., etc. They're not predetermined then, and that gives you more control. CAN bus is a way where you can daisy chain essentially multiple connections as long as they take the same power. So for example, CAN bus has 4 wires. It has a low and a high, and then a 24 volt and a ground. So with those 4, you can actually set up multiple hot ends, in our case, multiple boards on that daisy chain, and it knows when the first one is, the second one is, the third one, and you can control components just through those 4 wires instead of using a serial cable or multiple wires to each one, things like that. So that's the general gist of it. CAN bus is a Canadian field trip. Remember that idea for the grub screw shirt? CAN bus is a good one. Cannabis. I understand. I understand. Hey, what's up, Brian? B Cuddy over here, joining in the right time. CAN bus is used a ton for automotive. Almost everything that talks to a car's computer is hooked up with it. Exactly. It's once again, it's because you can daisy chain certain things, so it makes a loom significantly easier to control. Yeah, the grub screw shirt might have to come. The problem is, just like this one, not too many people understand what it is. And they'll understand through our stream, but like majority of people in 3D printing aren't going to understand what grub screw is. But we know. No, that's true. You do know. I'm cool with that. All right, so what else do I need to do for that before we plug in the drivers here? Follow this guide. Yep, I know that. Prefer this macro. That's cool. I'm cool with that. This is what you do if it's unable to read TMC UART stepper X. So this is like if there's a problem. You likely forgot the M motor power jumper. Power off the machine, remove the stepper, and recheck. All right, so these I do have to put in. Yes. Okay. So this is how what's happening here. I see green. Jeff with the 10. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jeff. That's amazing. Everybody that received a sponsor from Jeff, please thank him in the chat. Jeff, you're the real MVP. Thank you very much. Truly. Right, we had a whole like portion of a stream just talking about grub screws. It's really become like an inside joke with about 10 people max. All right, so I need this. Green add jumper. Red remove jumper. Okay, so that I was correct on that. All right, let's add a whole bunch of jumpers. I'm just gonna put them on everything so that I don't by accident forget or something. So we're going on the right side of the tops. There you go, just in case you guys want to see a little bit closer. Let's see if I can do one of these maybe. I know my head's gonna get in the way sometimes, it just is. All right, let's get a couple more of these out. Nero used them stream snacks. What's a stream snack? I like Nero. He had nerds on the desk. Lost the grub screw and got it in the candy he was eating. Nice. Yes. Well, the last stream that I was doing, I had a piece of uncured resin go into my coffee. All right. We got all those in on the right side. Now we're going in to, it looks like the top row, so that's the red row. And this is gonna be setting these jumpers up in UART from what I remember. Remove jumper, this is for USB. Oh, let me put it how you guys see it. Wait. Oh, you guys are seeing it in reverse because the camera is flipped. Like the camera is upside down. If I put it in front of me, I won't be able to see anything. All right, so this is going to this one, like that, on all of them. Second one, there we go. Yeah, having a grub screw go into your nerds will be devastating. I was short by one. And we're gonna need 4 more for the bottom, so let's take those out. What are these little guys? Look at that, look at these little fellas. What are these for? Tiny pins. Where are those little tiny pins? Oh yeah, there are some. Look at that. I didn't even know there was a difference in size. Oh, that's why I had so much trouble with these two. That's why they're so weird. That's because these are the little guys. Oh, look at that. I didn't even know. I literally had no idea. I've never seen them, and I've done this so many times now on so many machines, and I have never noticed. How is that a thing? Have I just never taken all of these things out of the bag or something? Look at that. Look at that little guy. Hey, Truggy. I haven't eaten nerds in a long time. Nice. Get him lockjaw. That's hilarious. I wonder if these will pop right in instead of me suffering. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so that's what it was. I was putting in the larger versions on a spot that shouldn't have had larger versions. Okay, they are labeled back here. Yeah, so these are the diag pins, and they get the smaller ones. Okay, cool. And then which ones are we putting in here? M1SC. Yeah, we're putting in M1SC on all the other ones. I think we only have one more to go on this side. All right, so that should be all the pins there. The EB36 uses tiny ones, but the mini ones came with the mini extension. Yeah, it has yeah, I noticed. I know the ones with the extension cables, but I didn't notice. I've always had them separate, so I never even noticed that there were two different sizes. You know, because like they're different. It says PCB, right? Yeah, I had no idea, honestly. Out of all of the times that I've put these together, that's kind of wild. Oh, somebody's hangry. Diagnostic, yes. Used for central homing. Yeah, now I understand what you meant. No, not diagonal. Diagnostic. Okay. So I did those. I did these two for the A and B motors. And now I need to do the bottom there. Add-on jumper. Bottom right is VIN and 24 volts for this kit. So what is this? VF0, VF1, VF2, VF3. And why are we bridging those? For VIN. So 24 volts. So whatever we're doing down here is giving this thing 24 volts. I wish I had a better understanding what VF0 through 3 is. I have one of them, sensorless homes. Yes. All right. Let's double check. Sherlock might be upset. Nice. All right, so for sensorless, for diagnostics, we needed to put this little guy in. We did. I'm not putting him in the rest because we don't need sensorless on the Z, only for the A and B motor. Okay. Power off the machine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we did this. We did that. We gave it 24 volts. I don't know what this is though. Let me see if this gives us an indication. Insert only the jumper in the green and remove the other 3 jumpers on the red in order to use TMC 2209 UART mode. Remove all jumpers of diag to avoid the influence of 29 diag on the end stops. No, but we want that. Remove the USB 5 for, okay, we're gonna need that. Oh no, okay, so that's different. That's to avoid the interaction. So you're putting this in for something else. I thought when you were plugging it in, but I guess we're doing it differently. Raspberry Pi, the DC 5 volt on the motherboard. Insert all jumpers in the V fused to set the fan voltage. Oh, okay, so that's what the VF is. It's fan voltage. So we put them on to 24 volt. Okay. Okay, I understand that now. Insert the jumper into V fuse to set the probe voltage for the system supply voltage. Insert jumpers into V fused to set the fan voltage for the system supply. And we put it in 24. But then it says the same thing. Insert the jumper into V fused to set the probe voltage to the system. So we're not going to have probes on the board. It's going to be on the tool head, so that doesn't actually matter. This is telling you where to connect everything. All right, we're good to go there. There's a SAR wiring. That's nice. All right, and then the display. Okay, we don't need that quite yet. All right, so that part is all okay. And now, I guess we can put these guys on. Do we need any pins on them? That's the question. So there is a diag pin at the top here. I wonder if we need to use it. You know, according to this photo, we don't. I don't see them up here. Jeff, maybe you know the answer to that? Do we have to put pins on these UARTs? I mean, on the actual drivers themselves? I honestly don't remember. Like, this is the stuff that goes in one ear and out the other. Once a build is done, you know? CAN bus. Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm not worried about that. All right, so set up for sensorless. I think we're good to go. Let's stick the drivers on there. On driver, no, but make sure driver voltage selected. Driver voltage is up here, correct? It's not very clear from the back. So these guys down here? I think this is set up correctly. All right, let's push these in. We'll figure it out. We'll know instantaneously if once we try to power this on, if something is not working. Alright, and this is motor 7. Alright, so we will have A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. What's this little pin over here? VBB ground. Okay. Okay. Lots of fans. This looks like his can over here. All right, let's get the heat sinks on there. Come on. Come on. Let's get this right in the middle. Not touching any pins, just right in the middle. Give it a little wiggle side to side. Bam. We are moving. You know, as you guys can tell, I'm not really rushing to this project. I'm definitely taking my time, having fun with it, learning as I go. I know there's folks that do live streams that are significantly better at this than me, but that's not the point. I'm not trying to compare myself to a builder. I'm a hobbyist, having fun with my peers, hanging out, super casual. Hopefully you guys are enjoying just hanging out. I don't necessarily always have a dump of knowledge. And when I do, I try to make sure that I'm 100% confident in what I'm saying. And if I don't know or have any questions, I usually don't talk about it. So, I'm not gonna lead anybody astray. And my thing is, ask questions. If you don't know, ask questions. And I used to really avoid doing that. But I've learned that people are super friendly and are willing to help. And so I always ask questions. And I always say that all the time. If you don't know, ask away. Someone will help you. Thanks, Zumi. I love you back. Hey, Nigel, how you doing? See, look at Jeff, running around helping everybody wherever he can. Jeff, thank you. Thank you for very much for the 10 gifted subs. Appreciate you answering my very likely annoying questions for you. So appreciate you, man. Thank you. 3D printing community is the easiest one for me to ask for help in. Everyone's always willing to help out, so I try to return the favor. Me too, me too. And it's not always like that. Facebook notoriously has become an absolute cesspool in the 3D printing community, and I've been avoiding it more and more. I used to be a huge fan of the Facebook groups, and I've kind of just dumped it all and left it behind because people are just ignorant on there. All right, we are good to go there. Should I hold on to these boxes? I guess I should. I'll throw everything else into the motherboard bag. MNO causes clippy not connected error message. That could be quite a lot of things. Usually it tells you after that message what it actually is with a number of where in your config to even look. So I would suggest that. All right, so we have this generally set up. We have the EBB generally set up. We have about 40 minutes or so. Oh yeah, Reddit's a whole different thing. I don't even have a 3D Print SOS Reddit. Like, yeah, I was into keyboards. Keyboards were cool. Still am in the keyboards. The keyboard community there is actually kind of cool. But there's a lot that's just brutal. It's brutal. All right, so it looks like some of the things that I will have to wire require the actual sides on the machine, which is somewhat interesting. Like, for example, this will be the front. In order to get the screen on there, I'm gonna have to mount the skirting so the screen is on there so I can program it. Although the screen, I don't mind doing, no, I have to probably have it connected because that SPI plug is probably gonna be very difficult to get to later. But more importantly, it looks like the power portion of the thing has to be done as well, because that skirt is definitely going to have to be, yeah. Let me grab the printed part and see what it takes. So that's this guy. That's like the best. This is like the best print on the entire machine. So the power goes here. Let me grab that part actually. Because while I have that dock open, we can check it out and see what's going on there. Zip ties, all the wiring, the fans. All right, here's the power. Let's grab this and the wiring. All right. I like it here. Feder answers anything. He was a beginner once, so he helps out. I mean, I'm still a beginner. I just I've begun many projects. Just call the people on here. They all like helping others. Yeah, yeah, I'm all for that. I appreciate you saying that. But yeah, I try to answer questions. I know there's things that I know that a lot of people don't. And vice versa. That's why I always ask when I don't know. Yeah, something was not right there. See if you can grab the stock config, rename your config to like, you know, _old. Pop one in that's stock and see if that resolves the issue. If it does, then you'll know something in the config is up. Oh, that's also true. Something could have not loaded in correctly. That's very, very possible. All right, so let's populate this. There's only one way this could go. It can't fit any other direction. And we'll put in the wires afterwards, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna click this in there. Looks like there's special channels for it. Let's go. Oh yeah, that was satisfying. I hope you guys got to hear that. Yeah, those little channels where that just snapped in perfectly. So this is gonna go on the rear end of the machine. Oh, do I have to lift this up? I know it's a crazy angle, guys. But this has some interesting little pieces here. And that will just slip on in like that. That looks so good. And I initially didn't want to put this on because I thought it would get in the way. But it looks like we're gonna have to put this on. There is 2 screws to hold it in place. Should be 4, it looks like. Oh, there is. Yep, they're just over here tucked in. Where's this guy? Where's this one? We're missing one? We're missing one on that side. Is there one on that side? There should be, yeah. Let's see, where are you? Not this guy. Not this one. Not in there, and not in here. How could I have missed one? I did have to take one of these feet off one time when I was troubleshooting something. I wonder if I just straight up missed it. That is totally possible. Or this is what this is talking about. Ah, haha. I bet that's what this is talking about. So in this little errata thing, he showed this. 5 on the back and 4 front. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It would be a whole lot more than that. No, that's the type of extrusion. Here we go. This is the front. This is the back. Eight nuts on the right side and 8 on the front, 8 on the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's what it was. There should be 8 on the rear, but I bet you the stock manual only has 7. I bet you that's what happened. I mean, that's not going to really matter, to be honest. 3 is going to be plenty, but that is a thing. That is definitely a thing. Okay, and I'm not going to put in inserts in the bottom here because I'm not going to have a cover on the bottom. I don't have it on my Trident. I don't have it on my V0. I just don't want it there. Just got power back. Nice. That sounds like me last Wednesday. Well, 2 Wednesdays ago. Still crazy. Oh man. Well, stay safe out there. And thank you for, despite whatever storm you got going on, despite that still coming here. I appreciate it. Appreciate you choosing to come here. I'm just trying to troubleshoot why I'm missing one of these, and I have a feeling that's why that entire document exists. Yeah, because of this, I mean, that could be tucked away in there. All right, let me make an attempt. Let's go this way first. And I'll grab this one, and now let me go in this direction and see if it's hiding in there. It is. It was. All right, we're good. We're good. All of them are here. Let me show you guys what I was trying to do. Let's do this one. So in here, as you can see, there's nuts. And I need 2 here and 2 on the sides for this. Like that, in order to get the skirting on there. The other thing that I probably need is a whole bunch of 8mm hardware. But it's also very possible that it's 6mm. Very possible, but I don't know. Show us your nuts. I guess I did. I guess I did. Here's another super clever thing that I always enjoyed. So this is made on these little hooks, so you can always take this out faster. But they have a through hole, even through the design itself. Like, you see that little interesting design? It goes through that in a really smooth way. Like, whoever made that is a smart person. All right, so let me get the hardware on there loosely. Because I still need to do the wiring for that. But I kind of just want to see if we need 6mm hardware or 8mm hardware. And as always, it'd be really nice to have instructions, but we don't got those. Okay, this is perfect. All right, so that's it. So I'll loosen that. Let's put these other ones in there, so we will know we can install that pretty easily. All right. One more over here and one on the other side, and we should be good to go. All right. All right, so that means the skirting can go on, but now let's see how the wiring looks on our kit. All right. I'm guessing it's this one. AC part. Okay. This is what we need. All right, some of these shorties are going to be the important ones. These are also going to be the important ones. So is this blue one. All right, let's see how this should be configured. Ah. All right, so what is it saying? It's saying that it's reversed. Let me read it. If you attach the switch lower part, according to the Voron manual, the LED will light up permanently, even if the printer itself has no power off position. This is wrong. This is correct. Side note, the wire colors are IEC color coded. Please follow it for your own and other people's safety. N is neutral, protective earth or ground is PE, and single phase line. Okay, interesting. I'm not an electrician, so I will follow this. This says correct on it. So far, everything else this person has said is correct, so I am going to follow it. All right, so what is the difference between the things that they're showing in the Voron dock and what they have? That looks like it's the same. Hold on. Guys, look at this for me and see if I'm missing something with my eyes. So this is saying that this is wrong and this is correct. I'm getting blue here. Oh, this is going to this side. And line in. Okay, I see now. Never mind. I got it. So the short cable isn't going here, it's going here. This is the correct one. This is not correct. Okay, cool. All right, we can do that. And there's only one way this can go, so that's okay. Here, we'll go this way. All right, so we can do blue right here. And blue to this top one. Okay, that's on. Then we have our yellow and green. That's just right here. Let's plug that in. Boom. Okay. And they're labeled. They're labeled actually really well. Power inlet PE. And this goes to the Wago. That's pretty cool. The smaller one was not labeled, but that makes sense. All right, so this one goes from here to this one. Okay, like that. So far, so good. Then we have our power inlet L, goes to Wago L. Cool. That's gonna go right up here. And then this guy, which is labeled power inlet N. That's gonna go here. All right, and it's worth noting that the labels are on this side, which is even better. Also, I just noticed that these are pre-crimped and not tinned wires. Very nice, Formbot. I like that. Good for you. All right, so we can slide this in. Move that over. I realized the view is bad. Let me just get this into spot here, and I will move it. There we go. Look at that. Very nice. This is the booty of the machine. It's got to look good. Very nice. And bada bing, bada boom. I think I've said that quite a bit in this stream. I'm not sure what's up with that. Whatever. Fight me. I find when wiring things, as long as you don't let the magic blue smoke out, you're usually good. That's what I live by. We're not letting out any of the magic smoke. Guys, there is about 24 minutes left in the stream. If you guys are interested in a chance to win a spool of PLA Plus by 3D Max, there is a pinned comment at the top of the chat. Go ahead and click that link into the info, and I'll pick somebody. You have to be present, you have to be in the United States, and you have to fill out the little question. So go ahead and do that. Oh, I didn't even finish my my bourbon. Cheers. I love that this kit came with such clearly labeled pre-crimped wires. That makes it so much easier. Even these that are coming off the bed right here are labeled very simply. For the SSR, this one's going into the Wago number 13. I'm guessing somewhere we're gonna have Wagos mounted perfectly, which unfortunately I don't know. We don't have clear instructions for that. All right, and then the SSR itself, that's actually really easy to mount. So why don't we just take a look at that? Where is that? Right over here. SSR. Solid state something. Resistor. That must have been a huge bottle of Basil Hayden. You're still, well, it wasn't huge, but I do have like about maybe a finger left, and I didn't want to just pour it in here because that would have been too much. But there's still some left. There's definitely still a tiny bit left. I've only been relay. There it is. That's the word. See, I need you guys. I need you guys. Because I forget words. But yeah, I've only been drinking that specific bottle, you know, on live streams. So that's why it's lasted so long. I love this cover. It makes this look so much better, and just makes it feel good, which is nice. I know that's odd, but it plays a role. I'm a visual person. That helps a lot. All right, so the SSR. This thing mounts. Aha. This thing mounts on the opposite side of the rear. So it's gonna go here. If I put this in the same direction that they have it, it's gonna go here. And I need some hardware, huh? That looks like some M3. M3 by 8. M3 by 12. I'm thinking it might be 8. But it also might be 6. Let's see. Oh, it's M4. Even better. I don't have the hardware out today either, so not very helpful. M3 by 6. Where the M4 at? M5. What's the M5 in there for? Here it is. M4 by 8. I think it's solid state. Anyone tried Mosaic? No, I've not. But I have not, but maybe somebody has. Belt should not be floppy loose, but not overly tight up. Yes, correct. Snug, yeah. It shouldn't be like a guitar string. But it should still be pretty tight. And there's apps, literally apps that help you tune belts. So use that as a resource. All right, this guy is on there. Man, I've had this Klein tool screwdriver for as long as I can remember. I wonder how old this thing actually is. Like, I've bashed this thing with a hammer. I've used this thing for all kinds of stuff for so many years. To be fair, I have a Craftsman set that I used even more than this since I've been like 16 years old. I used to go to Sears and get them warranty because they have lifetime warranty. I don't think Sears exists anywhere anymore. I just realized there's a ton of magnets in here that I didn't even use any. I've just been using them out of my little kit. Nice, that's cool. I like that. All right. Is there anything to learn with this guy outside of mounting and wiring the few things to it that I can? Looks like we are going this way, which also means that I need to move these rails because that is hitting the motor. I wonder if there's a perfect measurement of where these need to be, because this is going to be nearly impossible as I add stuff to this area. And they also can't be too close because then the power supply is going to hit the motherboard. So it's kind of an interesting little dilemma here. At the very least, it's somewhat easy to do. Lowe's bought Craftsman, so you could take them there. Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Why didn't I know that? That's weird. Huh. Good. Good to know. Thank you. All right, so that can move all the way to the right. Looks like there's going to be very little room in there to mount anything. And I need 2 power supplies in there. What's this power supply going to run? Let's see. I'm obviously not going to need it at first, but it's definitely something that's going to have to happen. Yeah, so this is a UHP 200, and that should run 1 tool head and and the bed, and the rest of the printer. But I'm going to need another one of these for the other 3 tool heads, and they're 60 watts each. So I'm thinking I'm going to get a 300. And I'm going to have to mount it. Hopefully it's not much bigger than this. Yeah, I'll have to mount it like this. Yep, it'll have to mount like that, which is fine. There's mounts for it. Jeff sent me a mount where 2 of them kind of butt up against each other. I get mounted like this. Yes, they are going to hang down some, but 1, I'm not going to have a bottom cover. And 2, this has plenty of room under here with the feet, so I am not worried about that at all. But this one will mount flat for now. Like Milwaukee, except for the 12-volt batteries, the caps on them on the end fall off and they don't stay in the tool. Cool, we're getting pretty close. Hey everybody, there's about 14 minutes left in the filament giveaway. So definitely go ahead and jump into that. That should be pinned to the top of the chat. All right, I did want to see what I can put on there. And as far as the wiring goes, this goes to the PSU. Here's the SSR one. SSR PE to bed PE. This white one goes to from the bed to the SSR. Where does it go on the SSR is the question. I'm gonna have to look up an actual wire diagram before I do this for real because it just seems like a bad idea. SSR L to Wago L. So I need to see if I have a Wago mount. That seems like it's gonna be crucial for wiring. I have Wagos right here, but do I have a Wago mount? Another thing that I want to know, well, not know, that to do real quick, is I want to throw these out so that I don't mistake them for the newer version. So that goes in my bin. All right, let's see if I have some kind of mounting the Wagos, or that is still something that I have to print out. Okay, I do have the mount. So if I'm looking correctly here, these guys should pop into here like this. Right? And this will go this way, which is interesting. That's the one? I guess that's the one. All right, they do go in there really nicely. Let's see if I can get them to just snap in. What printer did you print the parts on? I printed all the parts on the Voron Trident and on the Voron v0.2 that's on my desk over here. So I kind of wanted my Vorons to print the Voron parts. That was a focus. That was a focus of mine. So the larger parts, like the thing that, like for this piece, for example, this was on the Trident, all the longer parts. And this is ASA carbon fiber. And then all the parts like this were all printed on the V0, because the majority of Vorons, if not all of them, are designed to be printed on the V0.2. So you should be able to print most things on that machine, which is kind of what I wanted to do. So this is the enlarged version, and it does not have files that will fit, you know, 100% on there, like the skirting, or the two big skirts at least. So those were printed on the Trident. A few other pieces, just to make it easier, were printed on the Trident, but majority V0. Keep it in the family. Exactly, Richard. Exactly. It's an inbred. These are hard to pop in here, which is a good thing. You don't want these coming loose. But they're hard to pop in here. Come on. I'm trying not to like make audible noises, like grunts. But it might happen. I might just start grunting in a second. Come on. All right, let's get on that angle and push it in there. Will that work? What about sliding it in from the top? Let's see. There we go. There we go. For the 100th time, I was about to say bada bing, bada boom. You know what I need? I need Zumi's Vice. Essentially, print your skirts on your own machine after functionality. Yes, that is another option. It can definitely print the rest of the parts that it needs. That's 100% true. All functional Voron parts can fit on the V0.2, but stuff like skirts and such, perfect. Perfect. Squeal for us. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Our Wagos, don't break the Wagos. Don't break. No, I'm too scared. I'm too scared. They won't just pop in there. I just need just the hair more. And they will just pop in. So I just go for it, or I leave them. I mean, they're not going anywhere. All right, I'm just gonna leave them like that. So basically there's a tiny little lip. Let me see if I can get close and it'll actually focus. There we go. So there is a tiny little lip up here that this kind of just clamps down into, but it won't. But they're not, I mean, I barely even push them in. So let's see. Yeah, I can open them, close them. They're not going anywhere. I'm keeping it like that. All right, so that's nice. Nice and easy. This works. This works. All right, Wago's on. I love Wagos. All my printers have so many Wagos. They're cool. They're really cool. Did you see the Fallout Chitty print? I did. It was cool. I did. Ooh, 5 a.m. That's... Hey. Hey, thanks, Mark, for being here. Appreciate you. And good morning. Oh, yeah. It was great. It's definitely become one of the tools that I use down here the most. So, thank you very much. I just need a hair more. Always. Always the case. Always the case, ain't it? Always the case until it's not. And then now we're talking about a different thing. All right. I think we're going to call it here, guys. I think we're going to call it here. We made some serious progress. I know it might not seem like much, but I feel like we have. Our tool head is ready. Our motherboard is ready for some firmware. Before I mount them all the way, that's what I'm going to do. We're ready to start putting in electronics. Looks like the Wagos, I can put... Maybe I'm going to put them over here, up against this side, like that. Why does it say Wago 13? We only have 9. I watched all your videos for VoxLab. Now it's VoxWire. Nice. I would love to see some photos of that, by the way, because that's something that I always wanted to do and just never did. Richard, if you're not a part of our Discord, join up and show us your printer build. There's a section there for printer builds. I'd love to see it. Tag me in there. I'd love to see your VoxWire. Those are cool. And I just got another Aquila from a buddy of mine that I'm taking apart for parts. B Cuddy, I gotta get you that heater, bed heater at some point, but I haven't taken it apart anymore. Nice. Wago are these little connectors that I was just showing. You put in one connection, let's say power, and then it gives you 2 more. So it's like a splitter that's customizable and easy to pop in and out and expand on. Yeah, type of quick connector for electronics, yeah. All right, so let me try to understand this. So there's a Wago for this. Wago for L. This is a Wago N. Any of these Wagos? Yes. Wago N, Wago L, Wago PE. Okay, so these 3 correspond to these 3. Okay. Then we have this guy, Wago PE. Okay, that works. this guy, Wago L, okay, that works. And this one, N, right? This just says Wago 413, but that's it. This would be L, would be the only one left. Oh, so that actually works. That's not so bad. We can do that. I can do that right now. How much time do we have? We have 2 minutes left until the giveaway, guys. If you want to jump in, there's a pinned comment at the top of the chat. Jump in for a chance to win PLA, roll a spool of PLA Plus by 3D Max. Have to be in the United States for it. That's the only thing. How many Vorons do you have now? Hey, Fabrizio, first of all. This is my third Voron. I have the v0.2 that I use pretty much daily. More than any other printer at the moment, even over my Bamboo. This just is more fun to use at the moment. I have my Trident over here that's going to get some more parts. I have something fun from BQ. Bam! We're going CPAP on that bad boy. That's going to be fun. So we got a turbo kit to add. Yeah, I got to print a toolhead cover for that because I do have the V2 of the Nomi V2. So I have to find a cover that has a V2 and a CPAP on it. So if anyone knows that, has a file for that, I would love that. But that's going to be fun. All right, there's only 1 minute left. I'm gonna put these in because this seems like a fun thing to do real quick. So I'm gonna open all these up, and we are gonna populate these because I feel like that's a cool little progress move. Here, I'll get you guys closer. But yes, Zoomy, yes. Trying to push myself to do a Voron build, but I don't know Clipper that well. If you stick to a more basic build, not like what I'm doing. I'm taking a kit, and I'm not even building the kit fully. I'm like modifying it as I go and going much more complex. But if you go with a general kit and stick to the kit, you shouldn't have too much Clipper issues. And if you do, you have resources like the Clipper Discord, the Voron Discord, and our Discord. There should be plenty of information for that. Like my Trident has a bunch of add-ons to it, but technically speaking, it's pretty basic. And this is a way simpler machine than even the V0. And this is on a whole different level. This thing is so much more complicated. I don't even want to compare it, really. So there's that. All right, we are going to name this one. Let's see, how is this mounted? Like this. We're going to name this guy N. We'll put that down. That clamps right in there. So nice. So N, let's see which ones we got. We have PSU N. Okay. Right here. Pop that in there. Nice. This one from the actual power inlet is also N. Yep. And it's color coded. Put that in there. Nice. That's good. So that has the bed. That has, this is going to go where? To the PSU. Okay. So this is like a remote wire, it looks like. And the bed gets this one? Probably not, actually. I actually don't know if the bed one gets here, goes there, so I'm going to unplug it. But these two definitely go here. In fact, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set up a little mini rule for myself. The ones from the power inlet themselves are going to be first, so that we don't confuse them. Let's put those in first. So the next one up is going to be the yellow ones. We're going to put that in first for our little rule. That's going to be PE. And then we got this guy. Oh, okay, I see. There's an order to it. There's an order to it. We're going to go like this. Brown's going to go here, like that. All right, N, L, P, E. All right, in that order. So N, we got this one plugged in. This one goes to the PSU as well, so that's going to go second, like that. And let's see. This is also to the PSU, so that goes here. And we have one more, this little guy. Where's this going? To the SSR. All right, so that's SSR PE to Wago. Okay, so like that. And what's this guy? This is SSRL. Let's go in here. Yeah, the only other spot available, literally, is this one, the first one. So by process of elimination, these are all color-coded except for this one. That's getting plugged in here. All right, so that is them populated. Look at that. Look how nice that is. That's so good. I love it. So this, it's just strange that this says to SSR, because the SSR has, it can't use these ends, which is kind of weird. And what's this say? SSR PE to bed PE. That's also odd. Where does that get mounted? I'm gonna have to look up some more information on where this goes. But this seems okay so far. Man, this is the fourth time that song played. And it's on random with hundreds of songs on there. Alright, so I have some things to learn about this. I'm honestly not sure. So that's going to have to be one of those double checkers. But this is another thing that has to be wire managed better. I don't want this hanging down this low. And maybe that's why some of the Wago mounts are flat. Might be worth looking into. Otherwise, cool. This all goes to the power supply. That's nice and easy. Considering there's literally only 4 plugs. Oh, there's more on this side. Okay. Oh yeah, so 3 plugs, 3 plugs. Yeah, literally. Ground and L. And these are labeled. So that goes here. That's super easy. Alright, so my only questions are, why did they put these two on anything that has to do with SSR? Because that connection is wrong. And this one just says for SSR, but it's not labeled. And these are the other 3 SSR. So this is SSR, but then we got this guy. So there's some confusion there. Like I said, I'll have to look up a diagram to better explain this stuff. I got to be careful of this wire because I don't want it to go down to where the belt is. So yeah, some serious wire management needs to happen. But that's kind of obvious. We know that's going to be a thing. Cool. Fun with wires, fun with electronics. That's what we do. That's what we like. SSR mounting screw, Richard. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. The mounting screw is in like that mounting screw? Remove the SSR screw and add the wire and screw it back in. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Justin. And thank you, Richard. Interesting. Okay. So we're talking... And okay, so this... So SSR PE to bed PE. That one's going to go... Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so that's just going to go there. All right, fair play. Fair play. Load 1, load 2. Yeah, like my FiSec Trident kit was just, it was confusing because it was my first one. But looking back at it now, everything was so simple. The V0 as well. But the V0 was like fiddly. It was just harder because everything was smaller. But it was very much the same. And this one is not. This one is not the same. But that's also because I haven't built a 2.4. If I had built a 2.4, I feel like I would have a better understanding of this machine. All right, y'all, let me set up over here. Let's put all this, I'm not gonna put it all away. I'll spare you that. Let's pick the winner for our filament. And we'll call it a wrap. But I'm still really happy with this. Let's see. So not only do we have the newly updated toolhead, bada bing, and I love how this is just, you know, its own little unit. So that's a huge step. That's completed. But also, we have this first look at how sexy this thing is gonna look with the back here. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We are moving on up with this project. I'm gonna leave all this here because that will be what we work on next. And seeing this kind of mess helps push me to get things moving. I know that's weird, but that's how I operate. And I still need to print a holder for this because that's going to play a big role. So I think in the next stream we are going to do maybe a little bit of software if we get all the wiring done. Well, actually no, we have to do the software first and mount the hardware, right? The motherboard needs to be in place before we wire everything. So I guess the next stream is going to be installing firmware on the motherboard and the EBB36. And then we're gonna start to wire everything. Hopefully I'll find some more resources for wiring. This will be tremendously helpful just looking at it visually, but I'm gonna run out of things to look for. Oh yeah, okay, I see where it's going. It's going in the middle here. There's actually another one in the middle. Okay, that explains that. All right, okay. I forgot that you can even do that because I'm sure the other machines that I have do this as well. But like I said, I was just following a very clear printout there, whereas here we're not, so I'm looking at it differently. But yeah, I can see the white wire here for SSR that's going into load 2. I think I have mine mounted upside down, so I'll reverse that so that it's facing the same way as this one. Looks like this person does have the Wagos going the other direction, so that's good to know. And the 3 wires are on this side, also good to know, and good to see their order. Yeah, so that should all work out. And where I'm going to mount that little connector for the CAN bus, I'm not sure. But I guess we'll worry about that when we worry about it. That might mount onto the back panel, for all I know, externally. I don't know. Chassis ground, yeah. Yep, chassis ground, makes sense. Makes sense. That fuse is fixed in the middle of the holes. How did I mount mine? Oh, I just have it going inside. That's fine. I have mine kind of flat, just like I did it on the other one, the thermal fuse. Okay, cool. So we'll set all this up. We'll flash and then set it up. Yeah, we'll flash and then set it up. Yeah, especially if I need to get into SD cards and stuff down at the bottom. Okay. Yep, that's what we'll do. All right. Awesome, guys. Let's do this. Y'all ready? Let's see how many people sign up. 45. Pretty low. Pretty low. Yes. Yes, he did. I actually messaged him, what, yesterday? See how he's doing. I haven't talked to Brian in a while. Last I talked to him, he was building another V0. But I haven't talked to him in a long time. He had a really cool build, actually. All right, let's do it. I'm going to go to the other screen, and we're going to pull a winner. Winners. Draw winner. Everybody ready? All right. Pick. Boom. Are you in the United States? Yes. Did you answer the question? Yes. Let's go. Announce winner in avatar. Announce with avatar. Hey. I know it doesn't say it there, but number 43 is M&M Bricks. M&M Bricks. Are you here? Hey, Sky. Red Sky. So stoked you're doing this build. Thinking it was my next one. Just space saving principles. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it, for space savings. But yeah, it's been a very interesting build. I've been doing it really slowly. I know there's people that have already built several machines in the time that I've gotten here, but it is how it is. This is how I'm gonna have to do it. M&M Bricks, are you in the chat? I haven't seen the name chatting, so, but as per usual, everybody, what we're gonna do is I am going to give them a chance to reply, and if they don't in the next several minutes here, I'll pick somebody else. All right, because the rules are that you have to be present. From power supply to motherboard. Okay, that's important for us to have out. And here's our CAN bus cable. Okay. Not the prettiest CAN bus cable around, but we will make it work. They are here. Oh, there we go. M&M Bricks. Yes, we're here and lurking. Awesome. M&M Bricks, first of all, congratulations. You have won yourself a spool of PLA Plus by 3D Max. I have some simple instructions. Please answer in the chat that you received the instructions and, confirm them. So what I need you to do is I need you to go to the 3D Max website and check out some rolls of PLA Plus that they currently have. The basic PLA, none of the carbon stuff or the special stuff. Basic PLA Plus, and make sure that the spool that you pick is in stock, okay? And then I need you to email me said spool, your full name, and your address to fedor@3dprintsos.com. And it's Fedor as in F-E-D-O-R, okay? F-E-D-O-R at 3dprintsos.com. So once again, send me your full name, because people forget to send that and I can't ship it there. So full name, your shipping address, and your filament of choice that's currently in stock. Okay, so please, M&M Bricks, let me know in the chat that you got that and everything is good to go. And congratulations. Mission cleared and accepted. I like that. I like that. Awesome. Glad to be able to do it. Another thing to mention is they will take several weeks, just realistically. What happens is whenever I send it to them, they put them off to the side until they have a big bundle to send. Sometimes that could be up to 3 weeks. That's the longest I think I've heard of people not receiving them. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So make sure they're in stock when you send it. When you send me the request, I will forward it to them, and they will have it. And whenever they ship it, I'll get a reply that they've mass shipped these things. All right. So just keep that in mind. If you haven't heard in a week or two or haven't received it, please be patient. You will definitely get it. I have not had somebody get them, and I've given away hundreds and hundreds of spools at this point. All right, guys, I think that's gonna be it for today. I already finished my coffee and my bourbon. All I have is this coconut water prime thing that tastes like a cleaning agent. And even that's running low. So because of that, I think we're gone. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of the build. I'm having a blast building this thing. It's going to be crazy to have this thing running. Oh, camera, follow me. Jeff had to run early, but I was going to say he's been a huge inspiration throughout this whole thing. He has multiple tool changes at this point, and he has this, well, not this exact build, but a very close build to this with his own touches to it. So I'm kind of following in his lead at this point, and he's been a massive help. So huge help to Jeff, even though he's not here, and a huge help, huge thanks to him for giving us 10 subscribers there. So just as a quick future thing, I have a couple other things going on outside of the turbo kit. I also got this filament connector by Sunlu. This is a product that's coming out very soon, but they said I don't have to wait for it anymore. I have been searching for a good connector for a very long time, and I'm very happy to be able to test this. I haven't yet, but this is a whole contraption dedicated for this. There is a part on here that does get used up, but they give you a ton of them, and they're apparently very inexpensive. And this could be a total game changer if, let's say, you're using something where it's a half a spool and you're going past, or you know you're printing something so big that it's going to go past the spool. Once you're getting to the end of that spool, you can use that to extend it, and that part in itself is worth it. So I believe that thing is going to cost somewhere around a spool of filament. So very affordable, and hopefully it's better than anything that I've used, because I've used a bunch of jointers and they've all been absolute crap, and I just haven't used it. Now the machines have AMS units. Maybe it's a little bit more critical, but not everybody has an AMS unit. And even then, you might have a full AMS unit that needs all colors, and one of them might be running out. This is something you can pause the machine, join the filament, and just keep it going. So very excited. You can also make custom colors in custom stacks. So very excited for that. Yes, it's for joining filaments, yeah. Oh, you did? It's already, people already have videos coming out? I literally just received it. I'll send you a link on Discord. Forgot YouTube wasn't Twitch. Yeah. I need to either figure out Twitch and just use it or something, because I now have several friends in this hobby that are all on Twitch, and I feel like an idiot when I just don't know my way around it or just get overwhelmed by it. So I'm sorry, Liz, to put you through that. But yeah, if you could send any links on Discord, that'd be great. But that's really it as far as content goes on the channel. The rest of the stuff is just I'm going to make some content based on the stuff that I have here currently. Like I said, I do have to review these bamboo machines. I know that a million people have done it, but maybe some people are interested in my opinion. And if not, you're going to get it anyway. The builds, I don't have any more machines lined up. First time in the 3 years I have been making content for this channel, I don't have a set amount of printers lined up. The only one that I really have boxed that some people might for some reason be interested in outside of the ANET A8 as a retro build is the, what is the proper name for this? The Snapmaker 250T or something like that, the 2.0 250T. And that machine has kind of come and gone in the scene. Nobody really talks about it. It has a laser module and a CNC module. And they're not the best of both worlds, or all three worlds, so that's kind of an interesting machine. I do have that boxed. I've probably had it here for over 1.5 years, which killed my relationship with Snapmaker. So I don't think they're going to talk to me anytime soon. But that is a machine that I have if anybody wants that. Time for that conversion. Right, I usually have a huge waiting list. I have nothing. With all the obscene amounts of machines coming out, the newer companies that have them come out just ignore me completely. And I have no other way of communicating with them. Sunlu stopped replying. I kind of thought that was going to have a chance at the machines, especially after the Super Racer, which I really enjoyed, and the V400 that I still use. That's back here. Who else? Oh, the one company that made a bud slinger with an AMS unit. I forgot off the top of my head. They also did not reply back to me. Coprint did not reply back to me. I think at some point I'll get the Soval SV08, which I'm pretty excited about because that's an interesting machine. It's going to be a little large. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but definitely one that's kind of important. Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully Creality comes through and I'll get the new machine. I'll check it out and do the due diligence there. Otherwise, yeah, we're just gonna make cool projects, and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm constantly working on. And I gotta fly the plane. Yeah, you really almost have to do it. Yeah, Frozen as well. Never replied back. Never been able to have a chance to talk to them. So I do have some more connections now with other creators, which is really cool. I can't really mention anything about that really, or I just don't want to, I guess. But I do chat with a bunch of other folks now, which I have a huge privilege with that, which is really cool. So maybe I can have someone that's willing to go out on a limb and kind of recommend me to some of these companies. Otherwise, yeah, I think 20,000 subs isn't enough. Is that something I don't know. I thought it wasn't yet. I thought it wasn't yet, and I got an email saying, "Hey, you don't have to wait. Just put it out as soon as you can." And I just got it. I think it's coming out in August or something at the end of the year. You've got a convention coming up soon. Do I? Is that coming up? I think that's in the fall. Speaking of SV08, when's it going to ship? No idea. Late August? September? I don't know. I don't remember. I have to scrape my emails and check. But hopefully another company that I do have a relationship with will come out with something cool. And oh, I do have some new filaments and beds and stuff for the bamboo, so there's maybe some micro stuff I can make. But not being pressed to make content has been nice. It's been nice not to be in a permanent rush, because this isn't my full-time job. This is a hobby of mine that I just enjoy doing. Video is a hobby of mine as well. So right now it's the least like work, which I really enjoy, to be fair. So I'm going to try to keep it that way, keep it casual. If you guys have anything specific that you're interested in, please let me know, whether it's through comments or through Discord, which is probably the best place to communicate with me because I'm on Discord the entire day. Let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Is it? I don't know anymore. Time is weird. All right, everybody, I'm going to call it here. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you guys, every single one of you. Thank you for being in the streams. Hopefully you guys enjoy what we're doing here and just hanging out. Just hanging out. Low pressure. Low pressure. Everyone's welcome. All right, y'all. Have a great night. I'll see you guys next week. And maybe in some shorts, because I'll be working on those. All right. See ya. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. Good night.